Once in a vibrant little town called Puzzleville, there stood a peculiar building known as the Puzzle Palace. It was a magical place filled with puzzles, riddles, and brain teasers of all kinds. The Puzzle Palace was run by a quirky fellow named Professor Puzzlemore. One sunny morning, a group of adventurous kids, Billy, Sarah, and Tim, decided to visit the Puzzle Palace. They had heard wild tales of its enigmatic puzzles and wanted to challenge their wits. The moment they stepped inside, they were greeted by Professor Puzzlemore, who had a long white beard that seemed to be tangled in knots. "Welcome, young puzzle enthusiasts!" he exclaimed with a mischievous twinkle in his eye. "If you can solve the ultimate Puzzle Palace paradox, you will win a lifetime supply of chocolate chip cookies!" The kids couldn't believe their luck. A lifetime supply of cookies sounded like a dream come true. So they eagerly accepted the challenge and followed the professor through a series of rooms filled with mind-boggling puzzles. In the first room, they encountered a puzzle made of giant, colorful spinning tops. The challenge was to make all the tops spin at the same time without touching them. After much laughter and a few close calls, they managed to synchronize the tops, earning a round of applause from the room itself. The next room held a puzzle involving a floor covered in squishy foam squares. The kids had to step only on the squares that made funny noises when they were jumped on. Sarah did a dance while stepping on the squeaky squares, and they all joined in, giggling as they hopped their way to victory. As they ventured deeper into the Puzzle Palace, the puzzles became more bizarre and entertaining. They had to complete a maze made entirely of bubble wrap, solve riddles that made them sing silly songs, and even put together a jigsaw puzzle that seemed to giggle when they connected the pieces. Finally, they reached the heart of the Puzzle Palace paradox, a room filled with floating helium balloons that held the final clue. The riddle on the balloon read, "What has keys but can't open locks and has rhythms but can't make music?" The kids scratched their heads, pondered, and laughed together, coming up with all sorts of imaginative answers. Billy said, "A piano," but it wasn't the right answer. Sarah guessed, "A computer keyboard," but that wasn't it either. Finally, Tim exclaimed, "A typewriter!" And to their delight, the balloon burst, showering them with confetti. Professor Puzzlemore clapped his hands in joy. "You did it! You solved the Puzzle Palace paradox!" He presented them with a giant golden cookie that was as big as a pizza and their lifetime supply of chocolate chip cookies, which magically appeared in a humongous jar. The kids couldn't have been happier. They left the Puzzle Palace, their hearts full of laughter, their minds filled with fun puzzles, and their tummies yearning for cookies. From that day on, they knew that sometimes the most delightful adventures are the ones that challenge your wits and make you laugh along the way. And they never forgot the Puzzle Palace paradox, the craziest puzzle adventure in all of Puzzleville.